Hello, fellow classmates. My name is Tashia Hendricks, and my presentation is on incarceration rates, the demographical and socioeconomic differences. The question I aim to find is the core reasoning and differences behind incarceration rates of individuals. My topic would reflect on the different demographics and socioeconomics that have been focused on incarcerated individuals that have been studied in secondary research. The actors that will be used are individuals that range in a variance of ethnicity and race, gender, education and substance use, and also other factors that will be added. I will look at the family dynamics as to whether or not they had children at the time of their offenses. The problem that will be addressed are circumstances that add to the rate of incarceration within the judicial system. Being incarcerated also influences psychological effects that has long-lasting consequences to those that are detained and to their families. There are active measurements that aid in assisting incarcerated individuals, such as designed reforms to reduce recidivism and facilitating efforts in making the public safer. This is done by focusing on evidence-based rehabilitation strategies and is one of the best ways in preventing crime. The Bureau of Prison has ongoing reforms that are used in reentry plans as soon as an inmate is in custody. The use of criminal history, substance abuse, and educational levels are factors that are used in services as individuals progress through their sentencing. They are also aligned with the needs of each individual to reduce the likelihood of recidivism rates. There are several hypotheses that I'm going to predict or wanting to predict. Most men will be incarcerated at a higher rate than that of their female cohorts. Females will be more likely to be incarcerated for reasons dealing with various substance use issues. The third one will be males would be more likely than females to have lower family dynamics in regards to caring for minor children at the time of their offenses. Also, African American men would have a higher rate of incarceration compared to white men. And the last one would be men have a higher rate of longer sentencing compared to female inmates. In this area of my research, I studied secondary analysis surveys that were collected through the Survey of Prison Inmates, SPI, in 2016. This tool presented estimated data visualizations that will allow users to investigate their questions of interest. I viewed other surveys using this tool that also allowed me to further look for information about my population topics and variables. I use this one for demographics, race, and ethnicity to show that uh, Black individuals are at a higher rate at 33.60% compared to their white counterparts at 30.50%. Socioeconomic and education level is higher, or is less than high school in males. You see where it says 62.4%. Compared to females having a less of a high school graduation or graduate rate at 23.30%. Socioeconomic and family dynamics at the time of offense, males were at 47.40%, being as a parent of a minor child at the time of their offense, and females are at a higher rate of 57.70% at the time of their offense for being a parent of a minor child under the age of 17. Substance use by gender. Females at the time of their offense had a higher drug rate from any drug use at 47.60% compared to men at 37.70. The findings of my research study share that the assumptions were true about different demographic and socioeconomic traits of incarcerated individuals. The variables of race ethnicity shows that 33.6% of incarcerated males were black, while 30.5% were white, 22.7% Hispanic, 1.5% American Indian or Alaskan Native, and 1% of Asian or Native Hawaiian. It also was found that substance use was prevalent in females at 47.6% compared to men at 37.7%. More women had cared for minor children during their time of offense at the percent of 57.7% compared to men at 47.4%. It's true that men are incarcerated with longer sentences, such as total maximum sentence length of more than 10 years. Men fell at 36.5%, where women fell at 23%. And it was also true that men had less of a high school education compared to women, whereas it was 62.4% of men compared to women having 51.6%. What fascinated me in this is that 33.9% of the men and 6.8% of women had college degrees or more at their time of offense. My conclusion to the project is that there are multiple differences regarding gender, race, ethnicity, and other demographical and socioeconomic factors that incarcerated individuals differ in. The key factor is finding was the approach on levels to aid in recidivism rates so that families won't be separated and opportunities for higher education will be prevalent, which leads to good paying jobs and help with being productive and model citizens. There are also programs to help with substance use issues that are located throughout the states and federal prisons, and it's follow through with being healthy in the mind and wellness. My final impression is that researchers can study individuals to get the core factors of why incarceration rates are elevated, and the underlying issue is to foster assistance to those who are facing incarceration and having some type of strategy or rehabilitation methods to prevent crime and future criminal activities from happening. Last slide shows my references. I'm happy to have shared my information with you all, and I hope you enjoy my presentation. Thank you.